Good morning, everybody. Thanks for waiting. I was literally going through a airport security, and they don't allow me to do phone conferences through it. So I am through and passed, and did not find any toothpaste exceeding the limit. So I am through.
Did you tell them it was an emergency? We need to discuss fleet operations.
They wouldn't have thought that and probably would have arrested me. But again, I probably would have saw the value in it. Well, what a day! I am in a beautiful airport and on my way back to Ohio this afternoon. But today we've got a tremendous opportunity out here involving building repair order counts. So yeah, fleet business is one way that I think is absolutely incredible in getting that accomplished, and we'll talk about that in some detail. Some of it, I'm sure, might be met with a little bit of controversy. You might think that's not the type of business you want. But as we go through it, remember, all money is green. It is the same color. And right now, opportunities for building repair order count growth through fleet business develops green on a consistent basis. So we'll start with taking a 10-mile radius from the dealership and talk about a process that has worked over the years. This isn't a guess, but if you take that 10-mile radius and look for small fleets in this area, define a small fleet by less than 10 vehicles in your target market. This would be electricians, plumbers, contractors, the list goes on and on, right? But in this market area of 10-mile radius, start identifying these potential fleet accounts. And write a letter of introduction after you have that initial list. Make an initial list of 30 to 50 if you have that. The list will continue to grow as you become more creative and in tune with how to define that small fleet. Once you've written this letter, what you're going to say in this letter of introduction are positive things, reasons, real reasons why they should do business with you. Reasons would be such as, we do quick turnarounds for our fleets. We have extended service hours for the fleets. We will do no-cost pickup and delivery at your place of business. Now, put yourself in a small fleet owner's mind. They don't get a lot of people generally pursuing them or their business. Out of this list, mail 10 of these contacts on a weekly basis your letter of introduction. In this letter, include in it 5 coupons that have a reduced price on the oil change for their staff. It might have free nitrogen fill for a vehicle or two. Give them some coupons in there, real reasons to come in and visit your shop. Be creative in the reasons that they should do business with you. Qualified ASC technicians, master factory trained technicians. You get the idea. Brag about yourself. Put in there specific examples of your shop. It could be equipment, latest modern equipment. In this letter, you're going to mail 10 of these out a week. Track the names, record your efforts, who was mailed and when. Always include in there, be open discuss. Be happy to discuss. Be excited to discuss with you any questions or concerns that you might have. Call me anytime. I also want you to include in this process a minimum of 3 contacts a week out of the group you mailed. 3 personal contacts a week where you, as a member of the team, visit their location and have a reason for the visit, maybe donuts, maybe pizza around lunchtime, whatever that reason is. You go in, stop in, shake some hands, and have additional coupons in your hand for the staff, discount oil changes, whatever you feel is appropriate. Now, these discounted items should be substantial. The mission here isn't to generate gross profit on the oil change that you're offering to them, to introduce the staff. But when they come in and they see and they have a positive experience, which I hope everyone would generate when they come into your facility, then they become intrigued. And as this goes down and you do a personal visit, how many of your competitors do you think did anything like that? If your answer is none, you're right. They're just a market that no one tends to go after in a large way. And when you get that personal visit, they will look at you almost obligated to at least give your shop a try. Now, this will build counts. It has to be a continual effort. Never allow it to say, hey, I tried and didn't hit it the first week. I didn't get any response, so I'm going to scratch it. Or I'm busy now. I'm busy again. I'm too busy to do this. If you think you're too busy to market and you're going to wait till you're slow, that's too late. You want to develop a good, strong business for now and in the future. This is a market you must go after. Other ways to go after fleet, in my view, you go and get on Google and Google extended warranty companies. Now, you might say, I hate that business. They're a pain in the tail. They don't pay shop supplies. They don't pay matrix pricing on parts. Their money is green. The business is real. I encourage you to contact them, Google them. Start going down the list. Hey, I'd like to become a preferred vendor. You would? Fantastic. Call this number, give them a little information. We'll send everything we got to you. Now, if you're whatever market USA, all of these direct companies that go after extended warranties, they all get the same call from the customer. Where should I take my car that takes this warranty? Look, at this point in the game, wouldn't you rather it be your place than your competitor? Believe me, get aggressive with this. Put some meat in it. Contact 10 of those weeks. They're out there. They want to send the business somewhere. It might as well be deposited into your bank account as someone else's. I know that may stem some internal problems, but those are the type of problems we like, where you're having to deal with customers. The problems we don't like is when we have unused technician time. We have available hours that aren't getting sold. We have, from these accounts, additional labor sales, additional parts sales. And an aggressive manager is going to go after that. Now, all of this assumes a couple simple truths. That you're focused in on the customer experience, that you're not going to allow a negative customer experience, because you can do all the work you want to bring them in. if you have a negative experience when they arrive, you're not going to retain them. And one of the great truths of all of these efforts are constant effort on refining your customer experience and making it pleasant. How can I make it more convenient for small fleet? How can I maximize the experience when they arrive? What about pickup and delivery for other clients? How can I improve my service? How can I improve my experience? Do I have assorted beverages for them in the waiting area? Are the magazines current? 5 years old? Never been changed? What about the experience? Look at it. Refine it on a consistent basis. Let them see how much you care about this. And you'll win. All right, let's open it up for some questions, comments. You can raise your hand, as always, on these calls by pushing 1, and our moderator, Mike, will see you, raise your hand, and acknowledge you. Or I'll tell you what, Mike, let's just open up the lines and let everyone chat.
Okay. Well, Tony has a question right now. Tony,
okay,
go ahead.
Tony?
Hey, and I'm asking this specifically. I know TJ in Robinson, Illinois is on the phone, and he does have some larger fleet business. But, Rob, in your experience with fleet accounts, do we normally offer discounted labor rates and whatnot for these types of things?
That is an excellent question, an excellent question. And the reality of this business is, especially in the larger fleet, yes, you're going to require, if you want them to be your primary source of maintenance and repair, yes, you're going to have to offer them discounts. I remember one of my fleet accounts was Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola obviously isn't a small fleet. So I had them discounted rates on the labor and also on the parts. But one of the things that's important on the larger fleet is you develop a schedule of maintenance that fits the fleet vehicle. And this will also work in small fleets too. So if you go into maintenance A, maintenance B plan package, mileage-driven maintenance for fleets is where they want to be. So work with them out a custom package, and you'll be surprised what that'll do. Now, the packages don't need authorization, and this makes it great for the internal workings of the department and efficiency. So there's no approval needed if it's an A package or a B package this time or a C package. Just get from them the information, design the fleet a specific package designed on their needs, and that will be a home run hit for all parties. And also you can use the amount of compensation hours that you're paying the tech to get a realistic effective rate on the fleet businesses at the same time. Does that sound correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help?
Yeah, it sure does.
I got a question too. Like whenever you're sending out some letters to the fleets trying to get them to come in, do you offer that you work on some of their competitors' fleets business within that letter? Like, well, okay, just like we have a Marathon refinery here where I'm at, and there's a lot of contractors out there, and we work on Marathon's equipment. Plus, we do a lot of some of the contractors in there. Now, if I'm trying to get a different contractor's fleet account, would I add in the letter that we already service the other contractors in the business, or?
No.
Okay.
No. You could say, I have some references that will help.
Yeah.
But if you want some references, call me and I'll be happy to provide them for you. But I think where you start mentioning your existing client base, you might open yourself up as a target to anyone that they would share that letter with.
Yeah, okay, yes, I understand.
So if you have let's say you have a guy who's using Billy Bob Chevrolet as their maintenance facility, and he gets a letter from you, and then he goes, hey Billy Bob, guess what I got? You won't believe this. Here's a couple places you should target. It just keeps your client list confidential. However, in a real conversation with them, if they said, hey, do you have anyone that's using your facility that I could talk with, then you would provide that. But the key is to bring them in and give you a shot, and then maximize that customer experience.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Let me add this, and I actually do happen to. I'm personal friends with the general manager of a large national fleet service company, and they go into cities and they'll take over, city accounts with their emergency rescue vehicles and garbage vehicles, police force, whatnot. But the first thing they do when they go into a city or a fleet of any kind is address maintenance of the fleet. So I just want to emphasize that as a good way. I feel that's a good way to introduce yourself to the said company, of opening up discussions with them based on maintenance, not necessarily going after what we want first, but to establish the relationship with them.
That brings up another topic. That brings up another topic, too. Thanks for that. That was a kind comment that needed to be said. Also, your major fleet management companies, such as Wheels, Inc., Donlen, GE Capital, they should be contacted. They should be contacted also and told that you want to become a preferred vendor. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, if that's it, then again, sorry about me being late. I thought I would get through the security line before the call, and that didn't happen. So I will say that I appreciate your patience, and I also enjoy the fact that this call continues to grow every week almost. So we're an international call, and everyone that doesn't make it to the call will always get a recording of it after Mike edits it. Thanks again, and I hope everybody has a super day. Bye-bye.
Bye, gentlemen. See you next week.
Thank you.